Hi everyone, I'm Ethan. I'm a junior at Hopkins School and I'm also a peer minister. And today I'm going to be reading you Ronnie Wilson's Gift, written by Francis Chan. Little Ronnie Wilson's jaw dropped in amazement. It was the first time he'd heard the real reason Jesus came to Earth such a long time ago. He did that for us? That's amazing! Then an exciting idea popped into Ronnie's mind. Jesus gave me such an awesome gift, so I want to give him a present too. When Ronnie got home, he tried to think of the perfect present for Jesus. His teddy bear was old and falling apart. His piggy bank only had $6.47 in it. Then, Ronnie saw his baseball glove on his bookshelf. It was signed by his Uncle Jack, a player in the big leagues. Ronnie loved his glove more than anything else he owned. He thought to himself, Jesus gave me the greatest gift of all, so I want to give him the greatest gift I can. So Ronnie grabbed his glove and raced on his bike to the post office. How much will it cost to mail this to heaven? I only have $6.47, Ronnie explained. The mailman answered, I'm sorry, Ronnie, but we can't deliver mail to heaven. We have no way to get it there. Okay, thanks anyway, Ronnie said as he walked out the door. Ronnie rode home on his bike, thinking of different ways to get his baseball glove to Jesus, when he nearly ran right into a man shuffling down the sidewalk. Sorry, sir. That's okay, son. The man smiled just a little bit, and Ronnie heard his tummy grumble. Have you had lunch yet? Ronnie asked the man. The man shook his head, and Ronnie thought maybe he didn't have enough money to buy lunch, so Ronnie shook his piggy bank until some coins fell out. Ronnie gave the man the money, who used it to buy a hot dog, with the works. Later, Ronnie went off into his backyard to jump on his trampoline. He jumped as high as he could. In fact, he jumped so high that his next-door neighbor Jesse saw him. What are you doing? Jesse asked. I'm trying to jump to heaven so that I can give my baseball glove to Jesus. Do you want to jump with me? Jesse said yes. Jesse and Ronnie didn't jump high enough to make it to heaven, but they had a good time trying. At the carnival the next day, Ronnie bought a giant balloon with the rest of his money, and he tied it to his baseball glove and wrote a note to Jesus. Just as he was about to let his balloon fly up to heaven, he heard a little girl crying, Mommy, my balloon. Ronnie didn't like that the little girl was sad, so he gave his balloon to her, but now he had no way to get his gift to Jesus. Ronnie prayed, Jesus, I'm so sorry I couldn't get your present to you. I tried my hardest. Thank you anyway. That night, Ronnie had the strangest dream. He was in heaven, and Jesus said to him, Thanks for the present, Ronnie. What present? Thanks for the balloon when I was sad. Thanks for jumping on the trampoline with me when I was lonely. And thanks for the hot dog when I was hungry. What do you mean? Ronnie asked. Jesus answered, Don't you remember what I wrote in the Bible? Whatever you do for these brothers of mine, you do for me. Billy is the man you saw near the post office. He lost everything in a fire except his faith. He had just prayed for food, and I used you to answer his prayer. Your neighbor, Jesse, loves me, but he's lonely. I used you to be a friend to him. And the little girl who lost her balloon, her name is Rachel. Her dad works hard, but doesn't have a lot of money, so I loved it when you gave her your balloon. They are all my children, and when you give a gift to my children in need, it's the same as giving to me. So thanks, Ronnie. Just then, Ronnie woke up. It was the happiest dream he'd ever had, and he wore a huge smile across his face. Now he knew exactly what he was going to do. Later that day, Ronnie went to play at the park with his friend Keith. Keith had always wanted to play on a baseball team, but he didn't have a glove. So that afternoon, Ronnie gave him a surprise present. Keith had never been so excited. As Ronnie knelt by his bed that night, he looked up to heaven and whispered, "Jesus, I hope you enjoyed the baseball glove." All right, everybody, that's the end of our story. Thanks for listening and have a Merry Christmas.